morning, children. Today we are going to start off with chapter 7 of your grammar book, right? Term 2 grammar book, chapter 7. In chapter 6 we have done, if you remember in my last video, I have done adverbs with you, kinds of adverbs. Now today we are going to learn the comparison of adverbs, right? And how to use it in sentences. Please listen to it very, very carefully. Don't get confused. Just listen to the explanation I'm giving you. Follow my video properly. It will be very clear to you. It's not going to be a difficult topic at all. So, what we are going to do is, we are going to start off with comparison of adverbs, right? So, let's start off reading a few sentences so that you get an idea what exactly is it. Tom writes well. Dick writes better than Tom. Harry writes the best. Now see, there are three sentences. If you read the blue letters, first one is Tom writes well. Now here in the next one, see, we are comparing. Dick writes better than Tom. So we are here, the word better is used so that you can compare, right, between two boys. In the next one, it is said that Harry writes the best. Now, who is at the top? Harry. And when do we say best? When someone is very good at it. Means he is the best in all. So among so many children, he is the best. Who is the best? Harry is the best. So in the first sentence we have written well, second sentence better, third sentence best. So we have compared all three, right? Next sentence, let's see what we have in the next sentence. Anita does not work skillfully. Kavita does her work more skillfully. Sarita does her work most skillfully. Now, Anita does her work skillfully. So she's skillful and she does her work very well, which is skillfully. But Kavita does her work more skillfully. More means more than Anita. Kavita does her work more better. So more skillfully. Right? Next. But above all, who is there? Sarita. She is the best. Which means she does her work more skillfully. Right? So see, we are comparing all the three sentences. Okay, so in these sentences, what are we doing? These are all degrees of comparison of adverbs, right? Some adverbs are generally compared like adjectives. Okay. If you remember, we have done comparison of adjectives as well, right? So it is somehow similar to the adjectives. Okay. Now formation of comparative and superlative degree. Now let's see. There are 3 degrees. Which are the 3 degrees? First one is positive. Next is comparative. The last one is superlative. Right? So, which one? There are 3 degrees of comparison. What are there? There are 3 degrees of comparison. First one is positive, right? Then it is comparative. Next one, it is superlative. comparison, positive, comparative and superlative. Very good. Now let's see what do they mean? What do they mean? About when we say that these are degrees of comparison, and there are 3 degrees of comparison: positive, comparative and superlative. So what is positive? Let's check out. Adverbs having 1 syllable form the comparative by adding er and the superlative by adding est. Now, if we say fast, fast becomes positive. Okay? Now, when we compare fast, how do we write? We write faster. In the comparative degree, we add er. What do we add? Er. See? Clear? And in the superlative degree, we add est. So, clear? In the superlative degree, it is est. If I say soon, soon is the positive degree. Comparative, we add er. See, we add er here. Superlative, we add est. Okay? Hard, der, harder. Hardest. Clear? So, let's read these set of words first. Fast, faster, fastest. Hard, harder, hardest. Please follow the book. Page 29. High, higher, highest. Late, later, latest. Long, longer, longest. Near, nearer, nearest. Soon, sooner, soonest. Now next one, children. So here we added er and est. Er to the comparative degree, est to the superlative degree. Clear? Now in the next set of rules, you have to remember. So these are the few words where you use er and est. Now there are certain words where you cannot use er and est. Then what do you do? So whenever the word in the positive degree ends with ly, you add more. Like beautifully, F-U-L-L-Y. So, last is L-Y. What do you write? You don't write beautifuler, beautifulest. No, it is wrong. You cannot add er to each and every word. That you have to remember, where you have to use what. These are the rules you have to learn. So, here you write, in the comparative degree, we write more beautiful, In the superlative degree, you write most beautifully. So I told you, whenever we are using in the positive degree any words ending with ly, you have to add before the word more in the comparative degree, most in the superlative degree. Is that clear? Now see, bright. Brightly. So you write more brightly. Then you write most bright. Clear? Now let's read a few words here, where the list is there in the book. So beautifully, more beautifully, most beautifully. Bravely, more bravely, most bravely. Brightly, more brightly, most brightly. Carefully, more carefully, most carefully. Skillfully, more skillfully, most skillfully. Wisely, more wisely, and most wisely. Okay? Now we turn the page. So children, always remember the word early never changes its degree by adding more or most. This is an exception because the word early ends with ly. This is an exception, right? This you have to remember. Here you write earlier, earliest. Okay? So for the positive degree you write, comparative degree you write earlier, superlative degree you write earliest. Okay? This is an exception. Now some adverbs form their comparative and superlative degree in an irregular way. How? Irregular way. See? Bad, ill, worst, worst, far, farther, farther, farthest, further, furthest, late, later, latest, little, less, least. These are all exceptions. Much, more, most, near, nearer, nearest, well, better, best. Okay? So these are the ones which you have to learn. Right? So these are the exceptions in positive, comparative and superlative degree. Is that clear? I'm sure you have understood the concept. It is not very difficult. Please go through the book once. I'll just give you 2 minutes from page number 29 to page number 30. The word list is there. Please go through if you have any problem. Read it quickly. I'll give you a minute. Okay, children. let's start off with the exercise which is there in the book. Take out your pencil and get ready. Okay, so complete A, page number 30, exercise A. Complete the following table with the comparative and superlative degrees of comparison of adverbs. The first word is hard. So section A, hard. So what do you write here? In the comparative, you know you have to add ER, and superlative you have to add EST. Right? Next one is soon. So what do you add? Soon. Okay. Soon. You add ER here, sooner. Soonest. Now, brightly. Children, if you remember, I had already explained to you that whenever in the positive degree, the word, any word which ends with ly, other than early, you will have to add before the word more in the comparative degree, most in the superlative degree, right? You don't write bright, brightlier, brightliest. No, we don't write that. We don't add ER and EST like we have added here. What do we write? More bright, more brightly, most bright. Next one, swiftly. So last is ly, you write more swiftly. And most swiftly. Right? Now last one, ill. Ill becomes worse and worst. So, if the word is ill, you write worse and worst. This is the superlative, comparative degree, this is the superlative. Okay children, I'll give you some time. Please quickly write it down. Right, children? You have done, I'm sure. Let's go to the next section, which is exercise B. Let me rub this out. Fill in the blanks with appropriate degrees of adverbs given in brackets. Now B, we have to check out what is given in brackets and accordingly we have to fill in the blanks. So the sun is shining dash today. See, the word which is given in the bracket is brightly. So the sun is shining more brightly today. So number 1 in the blank you will write more brightly today. More brightly right. Next one, he performed the dash among his teammates today. Bad. So bad becomes worst, which is superlative degree here you have to use. He performed the worst among his teammates today. Worst. W-O-R-S-T. Right? Now number 3. Of Anita and Sarita, who lives dash your home near. So the positive degree is near, and what will you use? Since it's comparing, so you have to use comparative degree, which is near, right? So of Anita and Sarita, who lives nearer your home. Number 4. Of all the sports person, Pawan played in the bracket it's written well. So he played the best. So answer would be best, which is the superlative degree. Okay, clear? Quickly write it down. I will give you some time. Okay, students, so I'm sure you have written it down, these 4 words. So these were the exercises which was there in the book, and I am sure you have understood the concept. Just to revise once, I'll just start off, take out page number 29, where we can just go through the list once again, and the rules. There are 3 degrees of comparison: positive, comparative, superlative. So first rule is there are some words where in the comparative and superlative degree you add ER in the comparative degree, EST in the superlative degree. There are some words but not all words. Which are the some words? Like fast, faster, fastest, hard, harder, hardest. These are the words where you have to use ER and EST. This is the rule. Next rule is whenever in the comparative degree, in the positive degree, the word ends with ly other than early, you add before the word. In the comparative degree, you add more. In the superlative degree, you add most. Clear? Like beautifully. You don't write beautifuler, beautifulest. No, that's wrong. You cannot add ER and EST in all words. So, you have to know which word you have to add, which word you do not have to add. Whenever there are words where it ends with ly, like beautifully, you write more beautifully, most beautifully. Bravely, more bravely, most bravely. Right? So these are the words. Go through the list, please. And early, I told you, is an exception where we write earlier and earliest. Okay? And there are some exceptions like where totally the words change in the positive, comparative and superlative degree. Like ill, worse, worst. Far, farther, further, furthest. Late, later, latest. Much, more, most. So you have to exactly go through the words and know. Right? Then only you'll be able to use it in sentences. I'm sure children, you have understood the concept. If you have any problems, please get back to me. Okay? So, I'm going to give you a PDF file where you will have a worksheet. You need to do that in your notebook and neatly write. And that will be your notebook work. I'm not going to do any video on that. The worksheet which I'm going to give you, you will solve that. I'm sure once you understand the concept, you'll be able to do the worksheet, right? Okay, so I'm my lecture here today, children. Have a wonderful day. Thank you so much.